And I just wanted to give a few thoughts that I hope will help us go into these days with the right attitude. Marilyn got me thinking about the emotions that I experience when I deal with animal rights and when I think about what animals are going through. And it's really easy to be angry. We're a social justice movement that's not taken seriously by much of the world. Not even taken seriously by other social justice movements, in fact. Despite the fact that we have by far the most clients of any social justice movement. That was funny. And the fact that these clients, hundreds of billions of them, in fact, are mercilessly exploited, and they suffer greatly and are violently killed. And it's not just easy to be angry. It's good to be angry, actually. Anger motivates us, and I was thinking that anger is what got me started when I was 14. I was in my French class, and I had never really heard of vegetarianism before, and we learned how to say the names of farmed animals in French, and we learned how to say their cuts of meat in French the same day. And I had never thought of animals in the same sentence as meat before until that day. It was like I learned it as a 4-year-old in English for the first time, but of course when I was 4, that's not how it went, right? When I was 4, I learned that there was meat, I learned there was animals, and then later I learned those were from the same thing. And when I was 14 and heard those in the same language, in the same sentence, it killed me. And I outbursted, I yelled out in my class, I said, oh, what are the euphemisms for human meat then? And I got sent to the counselor's office. They put me on suicide watch. I went to Catholic school, Notre Dame, in the valley over here, and this didn't take too kindly to my human death meat analogies. But I was laying in bed that night, and I was wondering, why did I do something like that? Why did I just outburst and yell out like that? And that's what started, my journey. I went vegetarian overnight and never thought about it before. I went vegan a few years later. And so where this is going, it's not about me. Where this is going is that anger is useful. Anger got many of us started on our path, and hopefully will continue to motivate us to do the right thing for animals. But what's important is that we remember who we're directing that anger at, and that we direct this anger at the right people. Not at each other, but at a system that ruthlessly exploits and kills hundreds of billions of animals. It may seem like some people in this movement are polar opposites. They think so differently from us. Their paths are so different from ours. But the reality is that these people in this room, we think more like each other on these issues than 99% of society thinks like each other on these issues. We are closer to each other than anyone outside of this room is, and we're probably never, unless we come back next year, which I hope we do, we're not going to be around this many vegans, this many like-minded people ever again in our lives, or at least for another year. And so it's, just remember, as we're going in, we're going to discuss, we're going to learn, we're going to debate. Things might get heated, but if we can please conduct this all with an air of civility and of respect, and realize that it's only by doing our best together and bringing more people in that we're going to win. So thanks everyone, let's get some snacks and have some fun.